Have you ever said, I need to write a book? I have a story to tell. I bet you that story is important to the world. You may think it's a small story, but small stories have huge impact. In today's video, we'll highlight the story that you hadn't written, and hopefully today we can get you to decide to start. In last week's video, we covered character. And the week before that, we discussed story parts. And so today we want to start putting it into the story, which is plot. Plot is just cause and effect and putting it on the paper in a sequence. And so the 51 Beasts of Power. The reason I put it as the 51 Beasts of Power is because most movies are like 100 pages, and you have these acts: Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, Act 4, or some people say Act 1 and Act 2A, Act 2B, and Act 3. So most people will get in a tough place when it comes to writing these two acts. And so, and to make it simpler for myself, and hopefully by sharing this, it will help you, I put 13 beats here and 13 beats here. And they all do something different. We won't go over each particular beat, but it's in the 51 Beats of Power that's in the description. Here in Act 1, I just wrote these down. You have 16 in the first one, but it ends at Stunning Surprise 1 at 25% of your written project. But in essence, with plot, it's your opening image being opposite of the closing image, which in effect will show the character's arc. The main character, what did they learn, or what was the transition? That's the plot. You're going to have in the middle a midpoint reversal, which is the biggest reversal of the story. So if the story is coming positive here, we're just starting off the story, and the characters ushered off into this new world over here, and they have a turning point, and these things are going good. At the midpoint reversal, raise the stakes, and it's a turning point. So this turning point gonna turn things to bad, which this is 25%. At the end here is 50%. Now this gonna get to the big fight at Stunning Surprise 2 at 75%. This is just one breakdown. It's a form, not a formula. But it's a way that you can stay on track and not mix things all up. So once you get to this 75%, here a Stunning Surprise 2 is when someone does something to the main character. But if the main character decides to do something to someone else, the enemy, or the protagonist was to do something to the antagonist, then it's a declaration of war at this point. But it's at the same point. It's just called two different things depending on what you're going to have happen. Whether the character is surprised by the enemy or someone doing something to them and they're taken off guard, or your hero decides to do something to someone else. And initially, we changed the ending here because we wanted a different approach to that. But that's in the book Sounds of the Amulets. We also have the ebook version of it that's in the description also. And after this declaration of war or Stunning Surprise, Then you can go into, did the hero get what they were seeking, the want? How did they, they overcome all the obstacles at this point? The lesson learned, the acknowledgement, the transformation. Now you see the new life, the outer arc, and the closing image, which is opposite of the opening image. So that is the plot in itself. But as you going on, you're writing these scenes. You want to see in each scene what emotions are you eliciting from each scene. And you want to also have suspense where you dropping a breadcrumb here and you picking up that breadcrumb in Act 2, then you drop another one in Act 2 and you pick it up in Act 3. Then you may have a breadcrumb, if you could drop a breadcrumb in Act 1 that may pick up several times. It may pick up in Act 2, Act 3, and Act 4. But these are just suspense tools. You see someone carrying a purse here and you wondering why is that there? And then you may come to realize what that was about in Act 2, but then you get another clue to something else. And that helps the reader or the viewer to go along, and it's like a hook. They get used to, oh, I got it. Oh, I got it. Yeah, I got it. And it keeps them anticipating picking up something else. So that's the suspense tool. But in essence, the 51 Beasts of Power is to break down line for line where you could write 2 pages at a time. If you know something happened, a big event, and you want to start at the fight, you can start here. You can start with the end in mind and write the ending and go here. But certain things have to take place. Something reversed from here to there. And it will help you still piece it together. Of course, in the short video, this can't be explained totally, but it's just to give you a reference point. Then you can get the 51 Beasts of Power that's in the description, or you can give us a call and we'll explain it if you're stuck or having a writer's block. So that concludes the video, but hopefully today you will decide to tell your story. It's important to the world. So much has happened, so much we could say, and there's people on the other side of that story that can benefit from it. So I encourage you, you could do this. Write your story. Thank you for watching this video.